Alright, folks, we're back. And we got some more Fire Emblem heroes, and I cannot believe we're actually doing this, but we're going to be doing a builds video for Castor today. So he's going to be our new Grand Hero Battle unit that we just got, and I think everyone is aware that he is just a worse Cyril. I mean, what is there to really say about this guy? He's another Grand Hero Battle. He's a red bow infantry type, just like Cyril. Unfortunately, unlike Cyril, he's not getting the trainee BST increase. I guess he never would have in the first place because he's not a trainee, unlike Cyril. And also, he doesn't have a perf weapon either. So what this means is that if you were to build Cyril instead of him, I have to use Linhardt as a proxy because Castor is not on the arena calculator yet. So basically, you're scoring 2 bins higher. 2 points is a bin. Cyril scores literally 2 bins higher than Castor over here due to the lack of BST increase and perf weapon. So if you are to build a red bow infantry from the Grand Hero Battle Heroic Grail shop, I would have to say go for Cyril over this guy. Now, let's say Castor actually does end up being your favorite character from Arcania for some reason, and you just want to build him up. There is one advantage that he does have over Cyril, and we are going to go ahead and cover that right now. So if we take a look at his stat line, he's got 45 HP, he's got 46 attack, 39 speed, 33 defense, and 24 res. And he does have a magical super boon on plus attack. So that would jump him up to base 50, which is actually quite good. And it's pretty high for a bow unit, to be honest. So by comparison, if we take a look at the stats between him and Cyril, I'm using the flowers just because. So we've got 47 attack from him, and Cyril's only got 43. So considering that Castor has the super boon on attack and Cyril does not, it's actually 5 points higher in attack. Not the craziest, not super relevant, but when we're taking things into account like AoE attacks, like blazing specials, for example, or if we're talking, what else? Like brave attacks, brave weapons, instant desperation effects, things like that where you can really play up the fact that he's got a better attack stat. He can start to be dealing a little bit more damage than Cyril. But overall, of course, Cyril is just better. He's got better defenses. Defense and res are both higher, so Cyril would make better use of close counter builds. HP is slightly higher at 1 point, and then Cyril does also have more speed as well, so that's also better for like bait builds if you want to run like Prime 4 or close bonus doubler, which we have access to now. So all of those things, I would say Cyril is probably just better than Castor in. And you can still run offensive builds on Cyril too. It's not like just because Cyril's attack is lower, you can't do that with him. So just for the all-around variety's sake, I would say Cyril. But okay, let's go ahead and actually take a look at Castor now. So his base kit comes with the Vulture Bow, which surprisingly, he's actually the only unit that has Vulture Bow. We've gotten so many Vulture weapons that I incorrectly believe that we had this one already, but we don't. So he is the first unit to come with that, which is fine because it's the same effect as Plegian Bow. You're augmenting whatever active debuffs the opponents already have on themselves. So let's say they've got like -7 to attack and speed. With this weapon, they're suffering -14 to attack and speed. So pretty good. And then he's got Sudden Panic 3 and Threatened Attack and Defense 2. Not the greatest fodder, but when have we ever gotten great fodder on these demotes? Sudden Panic is okay. Maybe when we get the level 4 we can talk, but until that time comes, we really don't know. So let's go ahead and take a look at builds for Castor now, and we're going to start with this one over here. So this is just going to be a AoE build here. We've got Arcane Nastron because it's probably going to do the most damage in a single hit. You're getting a bonus to your attack stat based on whatever special count the opponents have on their special. I think it goes up to, what is it, 8 points or 12 points? Something like that. Then you're also getting all stats of 5. You're getting the -1 special trigger, which is very clutch here because we can combo that with Marth's Ring. And then with the combination of Pledge and Tempo, we're always going to be able to upkeep our Blazing Wind after we proc it once. So very easy maintenance on the special there. And then, of course, double Life and Death for the visible bonuses. And then Death Blow Echo for some more raw attack. I'll give Castor this. 81 visible attack is pretty good. All right, like, we can't deny that. That's pretty juicy with a blazing special. Okay, here is another build. This time we're going for a Prime 4 build. And we have the White Wind Bow, which is going to give us access to 2 active bonuses, Null Panic and also Null Follow-Up. Then we also have Pledge to give us another active bonus, and Oath Echo to give us another active bonus. So this guy just self-sustains his Prime 4 with 4 active bonuses here. Pretty good. Then we've got Speed and Defense Tempo, of course, because it can nullify enemy's guard and allow him to use his Deadeye over and over. And it also lets him just cut DR on his regular hits. And then Bonus Doubler, of course, because we're running a close counter build here, so we're going to be able to get some more stats out of him. You would want to support this guy with a unit that's giving defense and res bonuses, so he can really tank a little bit better. He's not getting access to any DR, though, so some good support options for that would be like Flane, or actually the new one, the Bunny Fram would be a good choice too. She gives a lot of DR as support, so that would be a possible support option for him. Okay, then we have this build over here. So we're playing up Desperation here. I was going to run a build on him actually with the what was the bow that gives Brave Attack and Warping? I think it was Kumo Yumi. The bad news though is that if you run that weapon, you can't really run Marth's Ring because it doesn't work so nicely with Brave Attack weapons directly. And that weapon already has very low might. So I think it's better to just go for Arcane Darkbow instead of the Kumo Yumi. So this has a full might effect on it. It's got 12 might, and then it's just giving you Desperation right out the gates. So we can still hit the enemies twice in a row. Hexblade should go without saying. If the enemies have more defense than res, we can clap them even harder. Then it's also giving attack and speed bonuses. Again, speed and defense tempo, so we can cut DR and also nullify enemy guard. Then we've got Insight, attack and speed, and then we got Blade Session for maximum deeps. Getting +9 attack and speed is the highest you can get right now out of the Sacred Seal. And then Deadeye is going to be very easy to upkeep here. We've got -2 special cooldown from the weapon and Marth, and then it's just a one-hit cooldown for your Deadeye at that point. And then the final build here, we have a nuking sort of build with the Golden Yule Bow here. So we have -1 special trigger from Marth's Ring again. I should really show like a +10 Marth Ring, but how many people really have a +10 Marth Ring? So I'll show the unit at +10 because he's free to play. It's not that unthinkable that you might be able to +10 him, but Marth is a 5-star exclusive on a freaking legendary banner. So maybe not so many people will have that at max. So anyways, this gives him -1 to Deadeye, which is kind of relevant if the enemies have a scowl type of effect, and they're doing the special +1 to you before you hit them. Golden Yule Bow getting the -3 is actually going to come in handy there, because it's going to cancel out the 1 point that they do from Scowl, and then you still get the -2, and you instantly ramp to Deadeye. Now, if they have more than 1 point of Scowl, like if they have Veil on the team, or if they have the Christmas Byleth who just does triple Scowl, then you're going to be out of luck. But in most situations, you should be okay with this. Then we've got Finish 4 because it's going to be a lot of DPS here. We're getting 5 extra points of damage when we trigger a special, and then we already just get attack and speed up 7. Assassin Strike because, again, it's a lot of DPS. We're cutting their... what are we doing with this? We do 7 points of true damage prior to combat, and then we also melt them based on their defense. I think it's like 20% bonus damage based on enemy's defense, which is quite a lot. And then Insight gives us a lot of stats as well. We're getting attack and speed up 6 as a blue bonus, and then the Incited status, which gives us a lot more attack and speed, as well as defense and res, depending on how many spaces we move in combat. You could easily get him to move 3 spots with either Green support or Guidance 4, Soaring Guidance support. And then again, Blade Session and Deathblow Echo for maximum deeps. So there we go for all of our builds on Castor. I was about to call him Casper for a second. Kind of looks like Casper a little bit. Casper the Friendly Ghost. Yeah, but basically the main takeaway here is just focus on his raw attack. Like, any builds that focus on attack are going to be really good for him. And that's pretty much all she wrote. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Of course, there are other skills you could give him too, but I mean... This is Castor we're talking about. I didn't really think there would be much reason to show off, like, extra skills you could possibly go for, but they should be obvious anyway, like attack and speed 4 possible. Bonus close counter bonus doubler is possible, of course. Like, physical null follow-up, special spiral 4. It should be very obvious what skills to give him. So, there you guys go. This is your boy Tacho signing out. So, take care, fellas, and I'll catch y'all again on the flip side.